When I first applied for See for Yourself, I never imagined that I would see and experience all that I did in the 10-day program. I had the chance to meet some of my international customers and evaluate the use of my checkoff dollars. It was an experience I'll never forget. My name is Adam Getter. I am a farmer from Obasso, Minnesota, and also one of the 10 soybean farmers who had the opportunity to participate in the 2015 See for Yourself program. Our experience began when each of us traveled from our hometowns to St. Louis, the home of the United Soybean Board. We first visited DuPont's Nutrition and Health Division, which is headquartered in St. Louis, to learn about the use of soy protein in food products. We also learned more about the checkoff itself. Departing St. Louis, we traveled to the other side of the world to visit the largest customer of U.S. soy, China. Roughly 1/4 of all U.S. soybeans are exported to this country. The relationship between U.S. soybean farmers and China is well established, extending back more than 30 years. We first visited an aquaculture facility outside of Shanghai. Checkoff-funded research and education demonstrated both the benefits of using intensive pond aquaculture to increase production and the use of soy in feed formulations. This facility now uses up to 60% soy in its feed rations.
Hearing about this new technology behind me with the IPA systems, it's amazing. If I had somebody come to me and say, hey, we can increase your production by 300%, and here's how you do it, I think every farmer would jump on the bandwagon. It's amazing to know that in a short time you can have such a short turnaround. And how excited they are about soybeans and soy use in this feed has become great to learn about.
We rounded out our time in China with a visit to a feed mill and heard that U.S. soy is preferred for swine feed formulations thanks to its superior quality. China is already the world's #1 producer of hogs, but pork consumption is expected to increase even further as per capita incomes increase. Following our visit to China, we had the unique opportunity to visit a developing market for U.S. soy, Vietnam. In contrast to the well-established market in China, normalized relations between the U.S. and Vietnam have only existed for 20 years. Soy is still a relatively new feedstock for the country, and as such, Vietnam is a country of opportunity for U.S. soy exports.
Everything they do daily here is an establishment of a place for us to send our soybeans, and I think it's really great to see that. We don't want to walk away from the market simply because it is establishing. We've got a lot of opportunity here, and we can work to continue to grow this market and expand it into the future.
Our time in Vietnam included visits to several facets of the soy industry, from shipping ports to processors to customers. Overall, we consistently saw and heard that Vietnam is growing in a big way. A large population of young people, combined with an increasing per capita income, means a big opportunity for growth, including U.S. soy. The first port we visited in the country currently imports 50% of all soybean meal used in Vietnam and has plans to expand. At a nearby location, we visited a processing facility. Only a few years ago, it was one of 5 such facilities in the country. Now it is one of 14. A visit to a feed mill taught us about a growing demand for meat among Vietnamese citizens and how soy is increasingly incorporated into feed for livestock and poultry production. We also visited an impressive fish production and processing facility. The facility uses 35 to 40% soybean meal in all of its rations. It's hard to imagine when you're harvesting your soybeans in Minnesota that they may end up feeding fish in Vietnam. We spent our last day in Vietnam meeting with a number of trade representatives. These conversations really tied our experience together as we learned more about the opportunities for increased exports to the country. As soybean farmers, we have the opportunity to demonstrate to potential buyers the value of the quality product we produce each year.
There's a vast population there that's wanting more protein in their diets, And if we can supply our soybeans to help them raise their pork and raise their fish, and also, you know, what they process the soybeans for there in the country, I think it's a really good opportunity for U.S. farmers.
The See for Yourself program was a great opportunity to learn about the checkoff and its role in the global soy industry. But don't just take it from me. Here are some thoughts from my fellow participants.
I would actually encourage anyone who has questions about the checkoff, who doesn't fully comprehend it or understand it, to experience it, because I have learned a lot.
I had no idea that the return on investment was as great as it was. You know, it's pretty amazing the number, the $5.20, you know, versus every dollar we spend, that comes back to us in a full circle like that.
I always knew inside that the checkoff money was being used to develop new markets and everything, but being here has actually been a great experience for me to see how it is used.
When we think of checkoff, a lot of times as producers, we just see the check. You know, if we sell the soybeans, we see the amount at the bottom that goes to the checkoff. You really never appreciate exactly what that does until I came to this, and it means more to me now to understand that not only are we promoting our product, but we're getting out in the world and we're helping find other ways to use it.
After having been in China and Vietnam this week, I think that the money that we as farmers spend on the checkoff is a worthwhile, wonderful investment. We've seen it at work in so many ways this week. I think it's a worthwhile investment for every farmer.